Hey, everybody, what's going on? Had a brief intermission with the Queen of the Hill. Mr. Rito, you good. Mr. Rito like him. And it's Friday night, his latest night right here at Churchill Smoke Shop. Man, don't forget, man, come see us sometime.
There
Now,
we
like
go.
I say, you might leave by yourself, man, come by yourself and leave as a friend. You know what
There
I'm
you
saying? I
go.
messed that up. But as always, I got my right hand man, my partner in crime, Mr. Pete Powell to the third Powell, Mr. Preston Powell the third.
What's going on, Chad? It's always good to be back with the good brothers on a good Friday. Here, going into Easter weekend. Hope everybody enjoying it. We out here on the hill having a good smoke. Cigar of the week, AJ Fernandez, last call. If you're not familiar with this cigar, take a look at this video.
Welcome to Churchill Smoke Shop VIP Cigar of the Month. This month's cigar is AJ Fernandez Last Call. If you ever get the chance to tour a cigar factory, do it in a heartbeat. If you get the chance to tour AJ Fernandez's world-class operation in Esteli, Nicaragua, I'd recommend going even if it means you have to skip your mother-in-law's 60th birthday party. What does that have to do with the last call? Quite simply, this cigar was handed out at the end of the night, normally in the fourth quarter of whatever game was on at the time, to guests staying at AJ's Casablanca house during their tour of his facilities. Since its inception as AJ's preferred nightcap, we've been getting requests to sell this cigar, and finally it has been released to the public. Handmade in Esteli, this Nicaraguan puro might be short, but you'd be crazy to think it doesn't pack a punch. Booming forward with a core of roasted nut flavors, spice, and a unique creamy, woodsy note. Good news! AJ Fernandez Last Call has received an impressive 93-point rating, noting, a short, stout cigar with an uncut foot. It's a toasty, nutty smoke fortified with chewy, earthy notes and a savory, leathery finish.
Well, this was the VIP cigar, so if you're a VIP member, you got this free this week. Did you pick yours up, Chad?
Not yet.
Yeah. Now, usually we give away on Wednesdays, usually during the week. I always make sure, because I know Chad be busy, I hold him one up. Remind me to take care of you when we get off.
Sounds good, my brother.
Yeah, but it's a good smoke. I'm actually going to smoke it today. It's a very good smoke. Now, if you ever visit, one of the things we can do, we can set up cigar trips and stuff like that. If you ever visit AJ Fernandez factory, they give you a couple of these always. It's something to sample some of their mixes and what they do with their cigar. Very good smoke. This is the Habano. They carried also a Maduro, and we're gonna crank this one up for the day. But Chad, we had a little bit of eventful week. How your bracket make it out? Did it make any kind of comeback?
Man, they break it died the first day.
Well, we sat in here last night and watched Alabama beat North Carolina, which I told them you playing Alabama game running up and down the floor like that. Yeah, Alabama don't do nobody yank up threes, so they knocked out North Carolina. That hurt a lot of people. But
I know it did.
I had Bama going a good little ways, so
I did too.
That didn't hurt me too bad. But as this time of the year is always great. This is one of the first years that I was looking. This week, the second weekend. The first weekend of the men's tournament is always just a banger because you're gonna have those upsets or last second shots.
Right.
The second weekend this year, for some reason, I'm looking so much further to the girls' games.
Me too.
I mean, South Carolina barely won today, which shocked me. We got the LSU Tigers playing tomorrow, and that you got UConn Paige Becker's playing tonight, and with Caitlin Clark playing tomorrow. So this is gonna be very entertaining. They got recognizable names. That's
right.
That's a discussion for another day because we're talking about why the women's game they're more recognized now than the men's game, but we'll get into that. The other little thing I want to hop on real quick and get your take on, man, what's going on with P. Diddy, man?
Happening as we speak in both LA and Miami Beach at the homes of Sean Diddy Combs. You know him as Diddy, formerly Puff Daddy, big-time rapper, big-time producer, big-time superstar, and now the feds at his houses in both locations. This is a live look right now. On the left, that's West Coast, that's LA. On the right, that's Miami Beach you're looking at. I want to show you in just the last couple of minutes in LA, agents holding what look to be guns as they walk into the home, as they enter the home, and you can see some of the apparatus there that they've brought.
NBC News has confirmed that this is a raid being conducted by Homeland Security and that the warrant specifically came out of the Southern District of New York. Now, we believe this is tied to sex trafficking allegations There's an investigation into claims that that the rapper may have been involved in this. So we believe this is connected to that. And we don't know exactly what they are looking for. It could be something as small as a USB drive, or it could be several boxes of documents. This could take several hours, considering that these are two separate homes in two different locations. And we're still trying to figure out where exactly P. Diddy is located. No one has been able to confirm that at this hour.
Man, P. Diddy, look, the way P. Diddy look, you might well free R. Kelly. Like,
Right.
you got Homeland Security on your ass.
Mm. Mm.
He got sex tapes that said, take that, take that, take that. Like, I can't make this up. It's on print media.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All his homes got raided.
Yeah.
They showed a picture of him. I think it was in Antigua where he went to on a private plane.
Damn.
Like he ain't been asleep about 5 months. Like he needs some ashwagandha. You hear me?
Mm.
He done signed all saying he done signed all his stuff to his kids' names.
Yeah.
And folks snitching on him.
So, he had to know they were coming.
You know what? I think he took it for granted because he felt like he was untouchable.
Yeah. There's a video out there with Luke. He kind of break it down. He said when you let people put you somewhere, they can always take you from somewhere.
Right, because you accept it.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Right.
And you forget you, and you get into the habit thinking you them and trying to behave like they do, and that just don't work.
Right.
It just don't work because it's just start tumbling now. It just mud's coming out the woodworks, and it's just P. Diddy was out here like Epstein, wasn't he?
Man, that's what I'm talking about. And see, his name has come up multiple times on some of these people's, radar lists, like with Epstein and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of his own people is finna take a deal. She finna tell everything. Her name is Ethiopia or something.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
She's like the president of Motown or something like that, or one of those companies.
Yeah. Oh man, that's rough, man. It's rough, but we gonna see how it pan out because you're gonna hear a lot more about it. That's just woof. But listen, for a fact, when the feds raid your house and they raid the 3 different houses at the same time, they don't go in unless they got something. They already got something before they go in. So he's gonna be charged with something.
Oh yeah,
there ain't no doubt about it. He's gonna get charged with something.
And one of them boys in prison finna say, P. Diddy bend over, take that, take that, take that.
But why they keep tapes? I don't understand that.
I don't know either.
It's just like they like murderers. You know how some murderers like to hold on. It's just a psychological thing to, I get, film yourself. You want to see your work. I get that. But if you somebody that nature, that status, I don't want no record. Goddamn, look, think about it. Think about shit we did in college and stuff like that. You don't know record of that. The record is up here.
Right. If you believe me, you believe me. Half the time I go sit another way because folks ain't gonna believe me. So
half the stuff people do in real life is you wouldn't believe it unless you was there. So it's just I keep it all record up here. I don't leave no evidence like that behind.
Right.
With that being said, Chad, we said we're gonna do a top 5 list. So this week we're gonna do top 5 R&B female groups of the 90s.
I think we all can agree that the 90s had some of the best R&B girl groups that we have ever seen. So I decided to start a series letting you guys know the history of how some of our favorite R&B girlies got together. But if you're new here, my name is Sage. I love all things Black Hollywood and Black excellence. So please be sure to follow if you enjoy this type of content. And I just posted.
This should be pretty interesting.
All right, so before we get into ranking them, who is your number 1 female group in the 90s?
Damn. Number 1 female group of the 90s.
For you, because it's all subjective.
Of course, it's subjective.
Yeah.
For me, I would have to say SWV.
See, I got them in my top 5. To me, I look at sex appeal, how long you held down the decade, you know what I mean? How many hits you had coming out behind each other. and your presence over in the overall market. Like, did you dominate the market during your high heyday? And for me, the number one group of the 90s is In Vogue.
You know what? I can take that. I can take that.
Just they were cranking out hit after hit after hit, and they were just those girls. You know?
Yeah, I agree with that. SWV, In Vogue was one of the groups that crossed over.
Yeah, that's true too.
They had a bunch of hits that crossed over. For me, SWV was somebody I listened to a whole lot. So, you know, because if you do that, and if I had to say a number two, it would have to be Destiny's Child.
See, I would tell you, funny you say that. Because, see, I didn't have Destiny's Child in my top 5.
Well, I said that only because of other parameters you said.
Right.
Now, personally.
But see, they only had that one album, though.
They had 2.
Well, they had 2, but, you know.
You can't count them because they changed members then.
Yeah. But see, here's my thing. Speaking of Destiny's Child. So I have, like, in my mind, you have In Vogue. Then you have, and we thinking back on it, I had TLC too.
Okay.
Because they dominated during that little period of time.
They did.
And I had SWV 3. And then the third one, I had who did I have? Escape.
Yeah, I can see that.
And then the last, I had somebody that I had Jade.
I mean, no, because they actually
Jade,
did. They did pretty good. I like Jade, but I like Brownstone.
Here's a kicker. I like Jade as a group, but that Brownstone song is better than anything Jade ever sung.
I ain't gonna say that now.
To me, that what, because Brownstone only had like one real big hit. And that song that was what was that? I can't remember the name. What Don't Walk Away. Don't Walk Away was
that was Jade.
That was Jade. I'm talking about the Brownstone hit. I'm trying to remember what it was. It was trying to see if I can find it. What was that hit? What was the song? When I said it should have just popped right in my head. I can't remember the name of the song.
Well, I don't know what song you're talking about.
They only had one big hit.
To my Brownstone. Oh, you talking about If You Love Me, Say It.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that song right there to me was better than anything Jade did. Even though Jade had about 3 hits, Jade was rolling. And then Changing Faces had like 2 songs I like.
Yeah.
Cut Close. Which one of them was connected to R. Kelly? Was it Cut Close or Change? Cut Close was
Keith Sweat. Changing Faces.
Changing Faces was R. Kelly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the 90s was that area for those girl groups. So you had a ton of them.
And then you also had a group called Pure Soul that a lot of people don't even remember. But of course you had a lot of one-hit wonders too.
You had a lot of them. I didn't realize Black sold as many albums as they did. I think Eric mentioned them last time. He said Black, and I said Black kind of they
crossed over
late.
too.
They crossed over kind of late, but then I that night I went and looked it up. Like Black, because I remember that one hit they had, 808, something like that.
They had 2.
Well, the 808 one that was in my head. So when Eric said that last week, I said, let me see Black. And I was like, God damn, they sold a lot of albums. I was like,
out those 2 singles, because on the other one was Baby, Bring It Home to Me or something like that. That song, the second single, the one crossed over.
Now that's the group that your girl did, didn't it? Left Eye.
Lisa
right?
Lopez, yeah. Yeah.
Let's see what I think. Aaliyah died in a plane crash. How did Left Eye die?
Car crash.
Overseas too, right? They both were out of the country. Yeah.
And the lady that rapped in Black, she died too.
Well, how'd she die?
No, I don't remember.
Man, she was like Lisa Lopez. She was her like clone, wasn't she?
Yep.
In the group wise, it's kind of crazy to show you how things are. When you look at groups, like let's go back to our days of New Edition. You look at New Edition, you would think Ralph and Bobby Brown and Johnny Gill or the most talented, you got the Ricky Bell in there. But you turn out Michael Bivins, who didn't sing a lot, had the most musical acumen business wise.
Right.
Because he did all those groups after.
Right.
It's the same thing with TLC. Chili singing, and what was the other? T-Boz rapping, and her raspy voice. And then Left Eye was just rapping, but she turned out she was the most talented out of them.
Right.
She plays instruments, and all that. That I always find that interesting. That the people that in the group wise you perceive is the least talented of the group usually is the most talented, the one who's putting the music together.
Yeah, diverse.
Yeah, more diverse than anything else.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I like TLC, so
But think about when you had Escape. I don't remember Candace Burris being like the, she might have been the best looking one out of all of them. But when I think of Escape, I think of the big girl singing.
Her sister.
And yeah.
But surprisingly, she actually was the boom behind a lot of those songs they sung.
Yes.
Especially like who can I run to? Do you want to?
Yeah.
Some of those songs she had lead parts in, you know what I'm saying, besides Tiny. And I think Tiny was a very underrated vocalist.
Yeah, she could sing back then. Yeah, she could sing.
That girl can sing. Now I don't know what she can do now.
Yeah, she could sing. She could sing.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, then I come in to find out as we got older, she wrote all those hits TLC had.
Never knew that.
Yeah, Candace, like Scrubs and all that. Candace Burris wrote all those.
Wow.
She wrote all those songs.
I did know that. Candy. Okay. I did. I said it back.
Yeah, Candy wrote all those songs. So then you kind of look at everybody a little differently. I dabbled in the music thing a little bit because like everybody else did. Like people like Missy Elliott, those people had a level of wealth and cachet going in because they wrote, Missy wrote for Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston. That
publishing.
Yeah, and all that publishing before she even decided to try to become an artist herself. So it's just, that stuff right there is always get you. So Chad, with that being said, so okay, that was my top 5. Got En Vogue, TLC, SWV, Escape, J. How did you have yours right?
Well, I had mine as SWV, Destiny's Child, Escape, En Vogue. I missed one. I think I said J.
Hey, think about Destiny's Child. None of them wrote anything, did they?
That I don't know. I really don't.
And they did the other girls, they got cut before the second album, right? Or they did, they ended up singing on that second album though, didn't they?
I think they did some background work. I'm not necessarily sure. But that's when they picked up Michelle.
Yeah, I think they cut them after the second album was almost done. Why did they cut them again?
It got something to do with them dudes from the group, with the twins in it. Jagged Edge.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, because one of them supposed to be, getting busy on the bus and all kind of stuff.
And
they
mess it up with the master plan.
Yeah, it wasn't supposedly wasn't like that, but
yeah, I know they had a little bitterness. I know one of them kind of made a comeback a little bit as an actress. She's been in several little things. She was in that series. That was popular for a little while. I can't remember the name of the series. With Lisa Ray.
To my LaToya.
Yeah, she's been acting a little bit. So she made a little comeback with that. I hadn't seen much of the other one.
Right.
I didn't see the other one at all. I know they came out with a little duet thing for a minute. But I don't know. That didn't do much.
No, it didn't materialize.
And when you think about, it was another group I was going to mention that they got a little run, but they never did anything that got,
Oh, you know what? Let me change that. Let me change that. I just thought about something.
What's that?
I'm gonna move my number 3. I'm gonna take out Destiny's Child. No, I'm not. I'm gonna move out Jade. I'm gonna move Destiny's Child number 5. My number My number 2 is gonna be Janae.
Johnny. Oh, shoot, I forgot about Johnny. I didn't even think about them.
Yeah. Yeah. Janae.
I didn't think about them. What was that hit again they had?
Hey, Mr. DJ.
Yeah, hey, Mr. DJ. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That whole album was slamming.
Well,
They
yeah,
had
it is.
mid-tempo grooves. They had ballads.
Yeah. You know, we grew up in the era, Chad, that you had your fast side, your slow side.
Oh yeah.
You
Make
had
your
to
own
do it.
mixtapes. Take
Yeah,
5
yeah.
hours to do it.
Oh yeah. You know, and that you know, that's the thing. Everybody had their own mixtapes. Do
Yep.
they even do that? You know, I need to ask my sons that. Do they even do that anymore? Even though everything digital, you still put together a group of music that, you know, this is what I want. This was, you know, for your mood. This is my slow jams tape. This is my upbeat tape. You know, I remember in college, you know, it was so limited. So I used to try to listen to Wildlife Society. It was on was it Friday or Saturday night at midnight.
Oh, you
They,
talking about yeah, you talking about DJ Low now, NPR.
mm-hmm.
12 to 4.
Yeah,
12 to 4 on
yeah,
Saturdays,
yeah.
12 to 2 on
They
Sundays.
used to play all that Miami stuff and all that
Yeah.
real hype stuff. And I used to try to record that. Because, you know, you know, Chad, you can speak to this. Because, you know, when you go on them road trips and you got your headphones on, you try to get yourself upbeat, you know.
Yeah.
You know, you ain't gonna listen to those slow songs, you know.
Especially not going to no stadium trying to play no football game.
Oh man, look, I can tell you, man, one time I don't know what I was thinking about, man. I don't know what I was thinking about, but I had a girl on my mind and I was playing slow jams. That's the first game I played in my life. Man, I couldn't hold on to the ball to save my life. I think we were playing Dylan or somebody. Now, kicking the ball like the dude in Hoosiers out of bounds. Because, you know, that's what I knew then. I like, man, I can't listen to that shit, man. I must have listened to, what was the song by Guy? Oh, I can't remember the name.
Goodbye Love. What's up, dude?
No. It's one of the songs by Guy, man. I must listen to that shit on repeat like 50 zillion times. I guess I thought I was in love.
To my I Miss You.
Yeah.
No, that was Aaron Hall.
No. That's what was the song, man?
Oh, to my Piece of My Love.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you Piece of My Love. That's Piece of My Love. Man, and you think I remember now, we had you know, you had the DVDs, you know, you had to put it on repeat, and that shit was, think of how big DVD players were back then.
Yeah.
The size of the disc.
Mm-hmm. I bet they had laser discs.
Yeah, man, yeah, you know, that stuff seems archaic now, but that was like you in the groove there.
Right.
And then I remember my freshman year when I was you know, my girlfriend was still at home in Louisiana, and what's the song, New Edition song? Coming Home.
Mm-hmm.
I was in Texas, man. I listened to that joint. The only good thing about that one was that we were still together, so you know, it was just, you know, you miss your girl, so you know, it was my freshman year. So, you know, it didn't really phase me that much because I wasn't starting then. I was able to get into the game and do a little something then. But I remember sitting in a room, in a hotel room, because, you know, back then, you know, I don't know, a lot of people know how, you know, football, y'all take trips over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
You know, well, in basketball, especially when they get close before the 4-year conference start, we'll leave on a Wednesday and you'll play maybe Thursday somewhere, then you travel off Friday, play Saturday. Then if it's in the same region, you might play that Monday, then you head home.
Right, I got you.
So you play 2 or 3 games, so you know, you head home.
Right.
Because you're on the road and it's a holiday. So this is before conference start. Now in conference time, since conference games were on Thursdays and Saturdays.
Mm-hmm.
So like sometimes when we play like Xavier, Suno, Dillard, sometimes we'll be scheduled to play Xavier on a Saturday. I mean, on Thursday, right? Well, Xavier's always on Saturday. Say we play Suno on Thursday.
Right.
So you play Suno on Thursday. Suno, for y'all who don't know, Southern University of New Orleans. We would play student on Thursday. We wouldn't come back to Jackson. We would stay Friday. We'll practice somewhere, and then we'll play Xavier on Saturday. Then we'll come back to Jackson. You know, so you keep it, so you took road trips, you were gone for a period.
Right.
And now before conference start, I don't know, people don't understand in basketball terms, you have to have those money games. You go get your head kicked, because we play Jackson State every year. Jackson State gave us a check and we got beat. So I know I bumped in the Strip, Lafayette Strip, the Valley coach, when they lost to Illinois with Kendall Gill and Battle and all them guys, and we was at IHOP, and he only called me by my last name, Powell. Like, Powell, what's going on? Like, hey, coach. I said, man, y'all took a rough one up there in Illinois, and they lost by like 40 points. He said, man, when you put them games on the schedule, you guarantee two things. He said, the ass kicking and the check. He said, you saw the ass kicking, and he reached in his pocket. They must have just got back. He his pocket, and he kind of like hit me in the head with like an envelope. He said, here go the check.
I heard that.
Ass kicking in the check. But we got to think Illinois, when they played Valley, they were ranked like third in the country.
Yeah, I remember the Illinois team with Kendall Gill on there.
But for those who don't know, you got to take those games, man. Those games, I never forget one year I was talking to Grambling coach said they were played in that Honolulu tournament over the holiday.
What's up, boy?
They made their entire basketball budget by going and playing that tournament. That tournament for the year. That's how much money that they got for going to play in that tournament. So when you hear those, you thinking it's unfair. First of all, when you play in a small school, you live to get the chance to play in that atmosphere.
Right.
So that's one big up you get. But those games are necessary. I hate that. I hear talk about getting rid of those games. Basketball is different. How do you feel about this? I don't want to get off the subject, but I want to hear your take on this. How do you feel about that in football? Because football, there's an injury issue there.
Yeah, it is an injury issue there, but at the same time, I wouldn't schedule them. I would do like alternative years in scheduling them. But I think it's good for the kids to have that experience.
To play,
I think it'd be very good to have that experience for those kids. And I wouldn't necessarily say take that away. I wouldn't play no game like that in the middle of my season like some folks have done.
Yeah.
That'd be my first two games. My first 2 or 3 games, or 9 times out of 10, my first 2 games and play it. Because it's good to have that experience.
So did y'all played a lot of Power 5 when you were playing at football?
No. Nah. Because matter of fact, even when I was there, we didn't even play like the Stephen F. Austins. We didn't play none of them.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Because see, but y'all were elite. Let's compare. See, man, y'all were elite, so y'all didn't have to do that.
Yeah, in the 80s they played them.
Yeah. But those wasn't money games back then. Y'all playing at the same level.
Well, exactly. They weren't. Our money games back then were classics. Like Southern Heritage Classic was a money game, but it really wasn't. Capital City Classic was a money game, but it really wasn't.
Yeah. So, I know Alcorn like to have that game on campus, but man, you know how much money they could be gobbling up having that game in going back to the Capital City Classic, having that game in Jackson every year. Just right. No different from how. Now I let close this because I know I jumped off the subject, but when I hear you tell me those football stories, I always find that intriguing. From what I know, without looking into the Tennessee Classic, I don't think you had to get rid of it. I think you should have did it home and home.
I agree with that.
Because when I found out how much money that the school was losing money going to play that game, I was like, oh, you can't do that.
Well, that's only because of the relationship that Jackson State and Tennessee State had. Understand that Coach John Merritt left Jackson State and went to Tennessee State. You know what I'm saying? So Jackson State and Tennessee State has a grand relationship. And I think people use that you know,
Uh-huh.
and people had profited.
Right. Because I mean, there's no way, as big as that classic is, Jackson State as a school should lose money. Because one of the requirements when I looked into it, like one reason they got out of it was because part of that contract is Jackson State got to bring their band,
Right.
so the school got to pay for that.
Mm-hmm.
So you talking about band got to stay overnight? Football players, y'all stayed overnight for that game, didn't you?
Not in Memphis, we did.
Oh, you didn't?
We came back the same night. They started doing that years later on after us. After we ate that chicken after the game, we loaded that bus, came back to Jackson.
You sure y'all had chicken after the game? Huh?
Yeah. We left by 12 o'clock. Y'all going upstairs, get your stuff together. Let's go.
When did y'all go up there? Like Friday?
Yeah, Friday morning. We'll leave. If it's close like that, we'll normally leave the day of, or the day before. The only games, and we'll leave like at 5 in the morning. Check the hotel about 9, 8, 9, 10, depends on what's prepared. Yeah. Then go, lay down, get ready, get up, go get tape for practice.
Yeah, a game like that, y'all don't travel day of, right?
No.
Because I'm about to say it take a while for your body to get off from sitting in that van or truck. I mean, a bus all the time.
If it's 8 hours, we'll leave Thursday night by 12. Yeah. So like going to family, we leave by 12 o'clock. But Southern Heritage Classic, about 5 o'clock Friday morning. Then after the game by 12, by 12:30, something like that. At night. Down 55 we come.
Back in Jacksonville about 3:30, 4 o'clock.
Yep, you know it.
Yeah. Been there, pulling in the school that late. With that being said, Chad, go ahead, give me your top 5 one more time before we get out of here. Top 5 R&B female groups of the 90s. Chad Juice. What you got?
Okay, I got SWV.
SWV.
I got Janae. I got Escape. I got Dave, and I'm missing one.
In Vogue, I think you was.
Yeah, In Vogue, and I put In Vogue as my number 5.
All right. So my top 5 R&B groups of the 90s is In Vogue, TLC, SWV, Escape, and Jay. That's my top 5. Y'all get in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Top 5 female groups of the 90s. There were a lot of, the 90s was the era of female groups. There was a ton of them out there. And all of them had a hit. All of them had a hit or a song that was bopping in that era. All of them had that. But when we separated them from the ones that had longevity, the ones that had a little staying power, and stuff like that.
Right.
Y'all get a comment section. Let us know what your top 5 R&B female groups of the 90s were.
Yeah, y'all do that for me.
Yeah. With that being said, Chad, I don't have anything else. We'll go ahead and finish smoking this last call. The VIP cigar of the week, last call. Most of the members came and got theirs Wednesday. I'll make sure I take care and get yours when we get out of here, Chad.
I so appreciate it. Y'all remember we're here Friday night. Make a pull up on us. If you want to come talk with us, let us know. We're sending a link. We do it on Zoom, do it from anywhere. Like I said, man, you might come by yourself. When you leave out of here, you won't leave as a friend.
There you go. That being said, good brothers.
Cheers. Out.